What's cracking, guys? Omar Isaf here in the kitchen. A couple different factors behind that. One, I read your comments. Yes, I read your comments, so make sure you leave a comment about how the gym's a little noisy. Two, this is topical because we're in the kitchen. We're talking today about nutrition. The biggest factors that influence body composition or body recomposition, whether your goal is to build muscle, lose fat, or minimize muscle loss as you lose fat. I've made about 1 billion videos on this topic, but I'm going to present some new information. I'm going to condense it. I'm going to go over the most important factors, what you can influence, what you can't influence. In part, I was inspired because my forever bulk, my dreamer bulk, it's ending next week, right? I'm approaching 190 pounds. I got about 10 pounds of fat on my face, sodium. So I'm looking forward to it, but I've also been thinking about these things, both for myself as well for some of our clients. We do limited online coaching, myself, Silent Mike, and Captain Planet. And we've noticed, varying rates of either weight loss or muscle gain amongst clients. And there's a lot of factors that determine this, but I want to go over the 6 most important factors that influence body composition. So in other words, what you can change and what you can't change. So whether your goal is to build muscle, lose fat, this is relevant to you. Couple things, I got a lot of notes for this video to go over, is that it's harder to lose fat the more fat you lose. In other words, the leaner you are, the harder it is to lose more fat. It's relatively easy to get to 15% body fat. It's pretty easy once again to get to 12. It takes some more effort to get to 10, 8%. Every single pound of fat you lose, as you knock that body fat percentage down, it gets harder and harder until you reach a limit, right? Past 6%, it gets incredibly hard. The same can be said when it comes to muscle, in that muscle is both harder to gain, it takes a long time, we all know this, and it's also harder to lose. So I just want to say that before we go on. Now, you're probably wondering, maybe you have friends, you train with friends, and you notice some people experience great results, or maybe you're experiencing a lot of results and someone else isn't. What determines this? And here are the factors. The first one, everyone hates to admit it, but it's the truth: genetics. I'll have a whole video on this, how genetics influence strength, how it influence muscle, but genetics is everything. We all know somebody. I knew somebody growing up that had abs despite eating Captain Crunch with sugar added to it every single day for breakfast as well as at nighttime. Some people are just genetic freaks. Genetics will trump everything. Yes, even hard work. I know that's hard to accept, but honestly, that doesn't even matter because you're given your genetics is what you choose to do with your body that's most important. So one, genetics influences everything, right? We know that. Two, though, however, comes down to drugs what you supplement with, or also good training. If you're doing high repetitions, if you're trying to lose fat and you're doing just high repetitions with light weight, you're going to start to lose that muscle. You're not giving that muscle any reason to stay. So smart training is that second factor. Of course, also we're talking about anabolic steroids, it goes without saying, but how you train greatly influences your composition. So we know that, of course, when we want to lose weight, we should stick to the compound movements. Really, it comes down to smart, intelligent training. Progressive overload over time, training in that 70 to 80% range. Getting a little bit stronger will make you bigger, right? Handling more volume over time will once again make you bigger. So that's the biggest factor outside of genetics. You can't influence genetics, but you can influence how you train. The third thing that we have to talk about is adequate protein intake, right? There's a debate as to how much protein you really need. We can all agree that at least 1 gram per pound of lean body weight is more than sufficient. If you don't have enough protein, we made videos on this, so I'll just keep it short, but if you don't have enough protein, you will not have adequate amount of nutrients in order to build or maintain or keep the muscle when you're trying to lose weight. So there's a debate how much protein you should be taking in, but at least 1 gram per pound of lean body weight. And think about it, if you consume more or a little bit beyond that threshold, what's the worst that could happen for you, right? You eat a little bit more protein and then you pee it out. It's no big deal. The fourth factor, I made a whole video, links can be in the description on this, is sufficient sleep, managing your stress. We've all been there, right? You go through a stressful period, weight starts feeling heavier, you're not sleeping enough, your gains are going down the tube, right? Everything, what felt easy last week is feeling heavier and heavier. Stress and managing your sleep, your recovery are huge factors. They're more important than supplements, right? If you could bottle sleep into a supplement, it would be the best supplement out there. When it comes to making gains, getting results, right, making progress in the gym, being consistent, managing that stress, because let's face it, training is a stress, is most important. So these three factors right here, good training, adequate protein intake, right, and then managing your stress and also getting enough sleep are hugely crucial. The fifth one that I want to talk about, and this is one I haven't talked about in a long time, is G-Flux. Having a high G-Flux, which means consuming and burning more calories. There is research showing that if you consume but also burn more calories, it'll have a favorable effect on your body composition. What am I talking about? It's like this. The more you move around, the more you do, the more food you can eat and still be in a deficit. This is better than moving around less and eating less in order to lose weight. So, to give you some numbers, if you consume 3,000 calories but expend 3,500 calories, that's a 500 calorie deficit, right? And then you do 2,000 calories you consume, but then you expend 2,500 calories. That 3,000 calories you consume and 3,500 will have a superior effect on your body composition. So moving around, I've said this before, that NEPA, non-exercise physical activity, maybe doing some technique practice at the gym, so you work on less than 50% weight when it comes to the squat, bench, deadlift. Just move around more, playing sports, playing activities, making sure you walk 10,000 steps a day. Those can have a very big influence on your body composition. But this is it. This is the biggest factors that influence your body composition. So if you want to optimize your body composition, like I'm going to try and do, and I'm going to document this over the next 10 to 12 weeks, you really want to start thinking about this and work your way down. Is my training smart? Am I giving 110%? Okay. How's my nutrition looking? It's looking all right. How's my stress? How's my sleep? Am I getting a high G-Flux? And then you take a look at everything else. Oh, you know, what's my meal timing, food quality, supplements? That's when you take a look at those factors. I feel too often we kind of reverse it. We take a look at the easy ones, the things that are marketed to us, like, oh, we should take this supplement or take that supplement. It's not really important. So when we talk about factors determining body composition, take a look at what's most important, take a look at what you're missing, and then try and attack it. Guys, it really is that simple. I'm gonna start making some more in-depth videos talking about hormones, how they influence genetics, talking about genetics, how they influence strength, a lot of different topics, but I wanted to go over another basic primer because once again, it's topical, and let's face it, we're in the kitchen getting some results. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked the video, make sure to like the damn video. Leave a comment below if you noticed this new lens. If you like this new lens, we're trying to upgrade things around here, and I'll be seeing all you guys, my rascals, in that next video. Peace!